days. Old school Louisville boy like Reese Gaines. I know we were cool back then, but things changed. Your chick give me brain, my chicken's free range. Reporting live from the 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Cracked Paddles. I am your host, Alex Crum, alongside my co-host,
Kevin Dong.
Newly married Kevin Dong. Looks like he's got, have you always been drinking 7,000 gallons of wine? Good Lord.
No, but it is a full gallon of water, and in the summer heat, I gotta stay hydrated, and I've been running out of water at practice. I'm like, gosh, all right, I gotta bring back the gallon jug.
Dude, it's been like 75 the last 2 days, but
I know, but
dude, fall weather,
I made this purchase like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know that it was hot back then.
Yeah.
No, listen, man, I'm never gonna hydrate shame anybody. So.
Right.
So, guys, welcome back. Today, we got an action-packed episode. We're going to talk about MLP. We're going to recap Kev's wedding. We've got Bryson Alexander from Midwest Racquet Sports to talk about our title sponsor and some of the awesome services they provide. Going to talk a little bit about APP shifting to a progressive draw potentially, also previewing APP Chicago. And I, of course, am off to Las Vegas this weekend for PPA Open presented by Walmart. So we got a lot to talk about, Kev. First things first, how was your wedding?
I can't describe it any other way except magical, because it was literally like the best day of my life, and people say, okay, it's going to be the best day of your life, don't worry, but obviously you're going to be stressed, anxious, nervous, excited as well, and yeah, all that was true. Like it was all that, and then at the end of the day, it was like, wow, once people started getting there and arriving and you're seeing them, you're like, okay, like you just feel so loved. It's impossible to have a bad day, you know?
Sure.
Right. Well, yeah, yeah. And yeah, really, like we had Maggie and I had planned a lot of surprises, but we didn't realize that other people also planned surprises. And then it just turned into like a big show almost, like just a mixture of like musicals, movies, and performances and pickleball. There was an AC Baby performance in the middle of the night. Like it was full of everything.
It was. It felt like kind of like a musical, which I loved from the opening to the first dance choices. It was to the walkouts. I'm used to, like, when I perform at weddings, typically like no one else has performed up until I perform. At this point, her brother had sang, you guys were dancing to, I don't know if it was Fiddler on the Roof or some musical you guys love. I don't think it was Fiddler on the Roof.
It was from Wicked.
Wicked. Okay, there were so many incredible dances and songs. By the time I got up there, I was like, man, I might be the fourth or fifth best act of the night. But no, I had an absolute blast. So awesome to be there to support you guys. And Maggie was lovely. Looked stunning. You looked pretty good as well. Your brother gave maybe my favorite best man speech of all time. It was basically just a comedy set, and like it was actually funny, like actually very, very funny. I'm like pretty hard to make laugh. If you're giving a speech at a wedding and you're gonna go on for like 5 to 10 minutes, like you better be hilarious or you better be like super morbid or something. And your brother genuinely like had me in tears the whole time. So I had an awesome time. It was a special wedding, beautiful venue, and I was happy to be able to contribute in some way.
That speech by my brother was the biggest shock, because I told everyone 1 to 4 minutes for your speech. Guys, you don't need to do anything crazy. 1 to 4 minutes. And you say 5 to 10 minutes, it felt like 20. Like,
yeah, no.
It really was a full comedy sketch.
No,
and
was.
He was complimenting all the family members, and then he was roasting everyone else, including me. And I just want to know in the comments below, like, I need the viewers to settle this for me. Does my haircut look like a piece of salmon nigiri? Because that was part of the roast. So I gotta know, is this not a good look, or is this, I'm always a little self-conscious about it, but my brother's speech did not help with that at all. Anyway,
No, my favorite was when he said, "If you want to know what Kevin looked like if he ate 10 Big Macs a day, this is it."
he's
Nah,
doing great.
yeah, your brother, he's lean. He could be like a fullback. Like he's in shape, but if you gave him the football, he's gonna get you at least 3 yards.
Dude, he's got some serious strength, like for sure.
I mean, he's my new sparring partner, my new training partner. So
yeah, 6 a.m. tomorrow, right?
6 a.m. with B Dong. Let's go. But yeah, Kev, it was a magical night. I was thrilled to be there for you. There's going to be some footage of my performance as well as the rest of the wedding. So excited for you guys to see all that. It was lovely. The only mistake I made the wedding night was you guys had some light bites at the end of the night. I think, I don't know, onion rings and potato skins, and then there was this giant bucket of tub of jalapeno poppers. And I was sitting with Jason McNulty and Katie, and I cannot do heat at all. Anything even remotely hot, I'll eat a few of them and then put them down. These were like the most perfectly mild jalapeno poppers. When I tell you that I ate 50 jalapeno poppers in the span of 30 minutes, I'm not exaggerating. Jason,
I think there were 2 trays, and one of them was just sitting in front of you the entire time.
Correct. Well, not everyone else they were doing other stuff. I was doing popper stuff. But yeah, I mean, that morning I woke up and, like, of course I had a little bit of wine and everything else, but like it was the poppers. Like I couldn't move for like 6 hours. So aside from the poppers, it was perfect.
Hey, before we move on from this topic, because I know we have a whole show to go through, but I just want to say your freestyle. So just for everyone's, context, AC or really AC Baby made an appearance, and he not only did he do a freestyle about Maggie and me, he also performed Chardonnay, my personal favorite song of his. So go check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you listen to your music. But the freestyle knocked it out of the park. I think everyone lost their mind when you dropped the line, like, whatever, blah, 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 meet the queen of the madrigals. Like, I think Maggie was just like, how does he know that? And so was everyone else was like, whoa, like, this is legit. Like, what the heck is happening right now?
It's the 7 P's, Kev, the 7 P's. Prior proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. No,
like isn't that
I've
6?
said in the past, it might be 6.
Okay.
I've said this in the past, like I have a pretty good track record at weddings, but my old strategy was to just like show up and drink wine and get up there and try to come up with something on the spot. And I had a couple mostly just one disastrous performance where I got up there and couldn't formulate a sentence, and didn't really want that to be a thing going forward. So I changed my formula a little bit. I like to be prepared to go up there. I like to put some like actual effort into the wedding rap rather than to wing it. So I put some effort into it. I'm glad it was well received, and again, just glad I could be a part of your special day. So,
dude, Maggie and I both appreciate it big time, and like, I knew that I was gonna enjoy that part, but I was a little bit worried, if I'm being honest, about like, oh, like how is Maggie gonna take it? Because she's just kind of like letting it happen. She's being a good sport about it, and then she was like, by the time it was over, she was like, that was amazing. Like, and everyone the next day was still talking about it. So you made it into the top performances for sure.
I'm glad, man.
There.
It was a tough cast of characters to follow up, but I was happy to be a part of it. So it was fantastic. All right, should we talk pickleball?
Let's talk pickleball. Major League Pickleball?
Major League Pickleball. Okay. You tell me.
New Jersey Fives? It's a tough headline because it's hard not to frame it this way. The New Jersey Fives, as the heavy favorite, reached the finals 2 consecutive years, and they don't get the job done in the finals. But to be fair, the Columbus Sliders took out the number 2 seed, the number 1 seed, the number 3 seed in their route to becoming Major League Pickleball champions. And I mean, Andre Diascu, is he just like forever Major League Pickleball MVP? Like, he's got two titles now, right? One with the Squeeze and one with Columbus.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, Dre's a legend. He's just one of those dudes. I know Andre pretty well. Got to play with him a bunch up in not a bunch, but a couple times in Southampton, and we did a clinic together in Jupiter. He's just like a no-nonsense dude, man. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Andre. Like, the guy is just like takes this very seriously. Like, he's put in countless of hours. Like he's the ultimate competitor. Like you'll never see that guy sandbag. You'll never see him tank. You'll never see him be negative out there. Like he's just like a true pros pro and an awesome dude. So I was happy to see it. Happy to see it go his way. And Leia, for all her hot Twitter takes and everything else, Leia is also a friend of mine. So to see those two, that's who I was rooting for as well. I like the players on the other team as well, but I was happy they got it done. I will say this, and I saw a little bit on Twitter about this. I do think the court surface played a pretty decent role in all of this. I'm not saying they wouldn't have won on a normal
In terms
surface.
of like equalizing it because of bad bounces,
yes,
or
not
okay.
bad bounces, but lack of bounces. Right, the acrylic surfaces or whatever, I don't pick a roll, whatever they're called. Right, the ball doesn't bounce. I mean, it just doesn't, especially at the line when you're not hitting the ball hard. And so, I mean, you can look, Matty Pickles or whoever on Real Clear Stats, like you can look, the players who, like Patrick Quintardio, who live off of even Anna Lee, who live off of
the bounce,
speed ups, like they were totally neutralized. Whereas guys like Andre and CJ, who basically just dead dink you into oblivion and wait for you to leave something a little bit high, like they were unbeatable. And for Andre and Paris to beat Annalie and Will 3 times, is pretty crazy. But again, like Andre's just hits. You'll almost never see Andre hit a dink with topspin. Almost never.
Right.
Like
it's
dead dink after
cup
dead dink after dead dink, and you leave something high, and boom, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I never watch MLP because I'm like, why do I want to watch the Texas Rangers play the Dallas Flash in Missouri on a Tuesday at 9 a.m.? Like, I just don't. I don't think it's I'm just saying it's like this match doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. I was like totally tuned in this whole weekend. Now granted, I know a lot of the players and stuff like that, but like I thought it was a really, really good product. And I tweeted, how can the MLP become the NFL or the Premier League? And what I mean by that is, how can we put weight on every match that happens throughout the regular season? Like, how do you get there? Like, you don't want to be Major League Baseball or the NBA. Like, I'm not comparing them. They obviously have much larger audiences, but like, same thing in the NBA. Like, people will just check out during the regular season. I'll watch in the playoffs. Same thing with baseball. Like, I'll just check in the playoffs. Like, right now, like, I'm a Cubs fan. The Cubs are going to get in there. Like, all right, I'll be fired up, mid-September. But, like, right now, you know what I mean? So how can you? And I think there are ways to do it, but I thought it was an awesome event and a good step forward for MLP. But
yeah,
I think that's a big issue going forward is how can you
push a narrative, right? Like that's the biggest thing. And like to your point, in the early season, it's like how do you craft it to make sure people know that these matches matter, right? And I feel like that is a little bit lost, just especially with like. Some of the matchups are such a big disparity where like, okay, the team's going to blank someone 4-0 and that's like a third of the matches. And you're like, oh gosh, like, does anyone really want to watch those when it's like New York Hustlers against the Shock and it's like 11-1, 11-2, 11-0, 11-2. Like those are, I feel like that happens so much where it is hard to be like, okay, which matches do matter, which ones don't. But, come playoff time, it's very clear what the narrative is, and it was a lot more fun to keep up with that element of it.
Yeah, and it's better. There were storylines. I think like if you talk to Samin, like this was an absolute dream scenario for them. Like I think people would say like, oh, they want Annalie or Ben to win. Like, buddy, I don't even think that's the case. Like I honestly think if you talk to Connor, if you talk to Samin, like this was. To have, first of all, like the Flash picking the Columbus and then having all 3 matches go to Dream Breakers and then having the finals come down to the 3rd match. Like, I think it couldn't have gone any better for the brass at MLP. Like, I think they won this weekend, right? If the Fives go out there and win 3-1, 3-1, like, I don't think that makes them happy. You know what I mean?
They maxed out the drama.
The product was entertaining. Yeah, the drama was maxed out. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Is an absolute legend. CJ is a legend. Paris played insane the whole time.
Yeah, her counters were on point Leia was earning a bunch of stuff. Like CJ was playing so big and mixed that Leia was just like basically camping out, straddling and earning already. Just like, all right, do I take a half a step and pop this or not? Like, but I mean, CJ taking that much court is pretty crazy too.
Yeah, and people will talk like the no H trade for Zane and this, that, and the third. I don't know. It's tough to say. It's always tough to go back. And again, I respect them for trying to make a move they thought that made them better. Like, is No Way a better singles player than Zane? Like, maybe slightly. Hard to say. You know, if Noe and Zane played 10 side out matches, Noe probably wins 6-ish of them. But like Noe plays like droppy pickle. Like he's a freak. He's an insane player, but like he drops every single backhand he gets in singles. And like over the course of a side out match, like that's a lot more effective. But like
4 points
players who play players who play cat and mouse pickleball and rally scoring struggle. Like it's not suitable to like dropping the ball. You're better off just trying to rip a pass. And so I wonder like no, I didn't do that great in the Dream Breakers and singles like throughout. So who knows? Hindsight's 2020. They're both awesome players, and Noah's a great singles player. It's just I don't know. Always what ifs in that game.
Yeah, and one other thing. Well, sorry, two other things. One thing that I took away as a player trying to like analyze this, dude, everyone's returns are so good. Like it really is. The return is the new serve. Like if you've been like, oh, I've been working on my serve, trying to get easier thirds or get free points. Now it's like everyone's been doing that. So everyone's got good serves and good thirds. Now you need a better return to make their life more difficult. And I was like, dang, like Diascu is like hitting it within 2 or 3 feet of the baseline like every freaking return, and I'm like, that is just ridiculous. And I mean, everyone was having good returns, and I was just like, wow, I think that's the next thing. I don't know how to work on that, but that's the next thing in the next like 3 to 6 months that I'm like, I need that. Like I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I need to work on that more, like more intentionally.
Yeah, I mean, I think the days of just first it was, you're right, to your point, like initially it was like, all right, just get your serve in, start the point, and then it was like, no, this needs to be a weapon. And then it was still kind of like, just get your return in the court, and now it's like, no, your return needs to be a weapon too. So lucky for me, I'm ahead of the game.
You teach me
one of the few things that I do well. So
yeah, you teach me your returns, and I'll try and help with counters as best I can.
Yeah, it's a fine line too. Like if I'm like returning really, really well, then it's like I feel like I'm gonna get a pop up for a third or for a fourth every single time. But again, like if you miss a couple, you got to dial it back, obviously. But yeah, I mean, in doubles, like I think that's maybe like my biggest asset is like when I return in doubles, generally speaking, like I get a pretty easy fourth most of the time.
Oh yeah,
so
dude, your returns and your fourths are by far the best part of your game. Not to say that the rest isn't good, but like those are the standout parts for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's why I'm hoping one of these days I'll be able to get some freaking partners, man. It's tough out here in these streets. I just don't know anybody. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Just have them talk to me. I'll talk you up. I'll highlight all the.
No, I need to just.
Strengths.
I know I got to win one of these PPAs and singles. I have like 6 chances in the next 2 months, so I'll win one of these suckers. Then I'll get back on Instagram and simp for partners again.
Okay.
The roster, I just don't like half the roster. Most of the men I know, but some like I don't know a good like 75% of the women that are signed. And it's like, am I gonna just like go down the list and be like, hey, it's AC, hey, it's AC, hey, it's AC?
Do you copy paste?
I could do that. I could do that. No, but I don't want to be that guy. Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But
the more events you play, the more you'll be able to like actually meet these people in
and then I'll be able
to
sort of swashbuckle a little bit. Hey, watch me hit this backhand. How would you like that on your side of the court?
Right. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, you might end up playing them, and then they might be like, "Oh, that was annoying to play."
Although I'm not playing in Vegas because my doubles partner hurt her back, so
tough.
I got Friday off. I'll be recovering after winning 5 singles matches, so
yeah,
I'll probably go to the stadium, swim, and I don't know. Play blackjack. Can I play? Yeah, I'm allowed to play blackjack. I just can't bet on pickleball.
Right.
I don't know. Vegas isn't exactly a city that like I will want to be in alone. Like rather like my boys or my girlfriend be there with me at least. Like I don't know. Like there are certain like places and cities to where like when I'm by myself, I'm like super comfortable. Like Vegas isn't really one of those.
It's a different energy.
I also
different
like
energy.
yes, of course I have friends on tour that will be out there as well, but like they're all going to be playing on Friday. So maybe I'll do some commentary. That's honestly probably what I'll do. I'll try to get on the mic over there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Anyway, all right, moving on. MLP was great. Like I said, I was like, for somebody who doesn't normally watch MLP, I have a little bit more vested interest now because I hope to be playing in it next year. But I thought the product was awesome and trending in the right direction, or trending forward, I would say. I think there's still like a lot of things that can be better about it, but that's also like a good part about it as well. It's like that was a really, really good product, a good, clean product, exciting matches, and there's still a lot we can do to make it better. So.
Hey, one last thing about MLP, but it's a good segue, is in that finals matchup, you have 3 players playing with Proton, right? So it's good for your paddle sponsor right there.
Yeah, I saw my boy Brant. Charles was there. The whole team was there. Exactly. Even when we lose, we win.
They got to be ecstatic that they have so much representation in the finals of such.
It's a great paddle, man.
The whole thing. Yeah.
It's a great paddle.
I still want to try it. But speaking of, I can't try it for the next month, but that's because I'm going to be working with Holbrook. So, I know that a lot of the paddle reviewers, it sounds like what I was told is that the early batch was just a bad batch, and they all core crushed pretty quickly. But since then, they've only had like a 5% warranty on the Holbrook Arma. And dude, this thing literally is like poppier than the YOLO Pro 4s. So it's just like it's like fun toy to play with. And all new paddles are fun toys to play with, but this one I thought was worth like competing with. So I'm working with them for a month, and dude, like it's got a lot on it.
That's your weapon of choice, and
yeah, you got me with the Holbrook, and you got Wade with the Friday Fever showing up to Chicago together.
Friday Fever. That's good, man. That's good. You guys, I mean, I'm always rooting for you, but it's much easier to root for you guys when both of you guys just don't have YOLOs like you're 2 basic Bs.
Hey.
You got them off the rack at Dick's Sporting Goods. He's got a Friday. You've got a Holbrook. Is Holbrook a German company? I think it is. Holbrook, I think.
No, I think they're in the U.S.
I don't know why I thought they were German.
I think they're in Utah.
Yeah, that's probably. I doubt it's a German. I don't know why. I feel like, why? I think it's like Martin Emmerich used to play with Holbrook or something. He
does currently.
And I think I heard him pronounce Holbrook one time, and he said Holbrook like a German. That's probably why. Well, I'm excited, man. Excited to see what you do with some new gear. I feel like whenever you get a new paddle, you level up a little bit. It's like anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? You get a new car, you drive a little faster. It's
That's
like I said, kind of the placebo effect, If you give me a beer, but it's a Sprite, I'm going to start acting goofy just because I think it's a beer.
Hopefully the husband effect helps too. That I heard that gets to be a bonus.
Yeah, that's another good point, Kevin.
I think Brandon Lane told me that one time. I don't know if it's true, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. I need to check his results. Maybe he needs to renew his vows. Michigan wasn't great for B Lane.
Oh, tough. Okay. Well, he got married a while ago, so.
All right. That's true.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Renew the vows. No, I love B Lane.
Speaking of pals, should we go into our sponsor of today's episode?
Yes, we should. We're going to talk to our friend who does a lot of product testing and runs a lot of social media for Midwest Racquet Sports. Obviously, Midwest Racquet Sports is our title sponsor. We're thrilled to be partnering with them. And in this interview with Bryson, we kind of talk about some of the cool features that they're offering, how they got into the pickleball space. Again, it's a family-owned business. They've been a pretty large player in the tennis sphere for a long time. They're getting into pickleball, and so we've got Bryson here to tell us a little bit more about that.
A whole new vibe these days. Old school Louisville boy like Reese Gaines. I know we were cool back then, but things change. Your chick give me brain, my chicken's free range. Reporting live from the 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in a very special guest, a friend of ours. He is also employed by our title sponsor. That is Midwest Racquet Sports, of course. He's wearing a sick, sleek new forest green cracked paddles hat that you can buy exclusively at MidwestRacketSports.com. Bryson Alexander, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you guys?
great. And I just want to add, you missed a couple of things. First off, Bryson is, he's like 6'5", so he's pretty tall. He's 6'5". He's got 7.0 ATPs. This man literally is incapable of missing an ATP. I've experienced it firsthand the last several weeks, so just want to give him a little shout out there. He knows what he's doing both on and off the court.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. I played last week and I was playing against Brandon Lane and Glauca, and I missed every single one off the post. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I don't miss these. So
it just must be something about the ball that I'm giving to you is just that ATP ball.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin's a lot less intimidating than Glauca and Brandon, to be fair.
That's
not that his skill level isn't up there, but I feel like when Kev gives you an ATP, you're like, I better shove this right back at him. So Elane's got that Latin American flair, and same with Glauca, so they can be a little more intimidating to play. Well, hey, Bryson, thank you so much for joining us. Again, we're so excited to have Midwest Rackets on board with Crack Paddles. Again, you can get that perfect, beautiful green hat at MidwestRacketSports.com. My first question for you is, how did you get involved with Midwest Racquet Sports, and sort of what's your journey been there? I know that you're involved in some product testing as well as handling a lot of the social media responsibilities. If you talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I recently got back into Midwest Racquet Sports about 4 months ago. I used to work with them in the showroom, just selling product, selling all the shoes that we have when it comes to the 30,000 different selections of shoes that we have. But then they kind of came back and reached out to me, and they're like, hey, we need to get into pickleball, and you're the only guy that has all the knowledge in the city of Cincinnati. Do you want to join us? And I was like, this sounds like a cool opportunity to, see what's new out there in the world when it comes to paddles, also get into the technology of shoes. And then they also wanted me to start filming some stuff. So I do some of the social media content too.
Jack of all trades over there.
Yeah, I know. It's honestly, at first, when I first started doing it, they're like, all right, we're starting the ship brand new, building brand new website with all the pickleball stuff. I basically helped create that when it came to, what paddles are on there. The demo program that we kind of launched within the last couple months, as well as just, what should we buy as a company.
I was going to say, how do you prioritize both product and brands? Like, are you focusing mostly on paddles, or are you going accessories too? And then how do you pick the brands that you want to actually have in stock?
Yeah, really it just comes down to what's hot right now. I don't want to necessarily say we're going to go after every single company that's out there, because there's way too many paddle brands. I think that market has been saturated for a very long time. But we will kind of pick to those top 4 dogs. I always like to say Yola, Selkirk, Paddle Tech, and then really funny, Head is actually one of our top brands.
Wow.
So major tennis brand there. So those are kind of the 4 that we kind of pick through, and then just all the other brands, Gearbox, Carbon, those are all new companies that we've just recently partnered with. But I get to kind of test some of the product that they give us before we buy. And then I'm just like, yeah, let's buy this. Let's not do this. Kind of give some insight on that.
How fun is it hitting with all the different paddles?
It's a lot of fun. There are some companies that are really knocking on our door every single second. Stay tuned, because there are some cool paddles here in the next few weeks that I get to hit. So we're bringing on some new paddle brands.
Well, since you're testing all these, one, what's the number one draw for you to like a paddle? And then 2, how can everyone else demo all these paddles?
Yeah. First things first, I really am looking for good feedback within a paddle. I think all these paddles have you've got all these polypropylene cores, and then all these companies coming out with all these new foam cores. And that's kind of where the technology, the foam is going to give you a ton of power. That's way different than what I'm looking for in a paddle. I don't need just power. I want feel. I want feedback. So kind of figuring out what's the happy medium. I tell people all the time, you know, you can have a foam core and it be the hottest thing out there, but you might like it, but I might not. So really trying to figure out what you like. I really like feedback, and I also like the wider body shape because, again, back to your 6'5" wingspan over here. I don't need an extended length paddle. So I like the wider sweet spot. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. If you're wanting to get into the demo program, it is $9.99. I could be wrong. It could be $15 now, but you get to choose 3 paddles, which is kind of nice. And then you can kind of mix and match. So if you want something with more power, like a Yola, and then you want something that's on the softer side, kind of like Selkirk, without their newest stuff that just came out.
Right.
I got to hit that boomstick a little bit. That is some gnarly stuff. But you kind of get to pick what you want, you know? So
funny story, that program's been in place for a couple of years now, right? Or at least a couple.
The program's been in place for a couple of years. They kind of took it away for a little bit just because we didn't have anything new out there.
Okay.
It was big in tennis. We've been doing it in tennis for 30 plus years, and it's just worked that way. So we decided to just take that model for tennis, where you take 3 different rackets. If you wanted 3 power rackets, you took 3 power rackets and a Yonex, a Pure Drive, and whatever it might have been. And then we just kind of took that to the pickleball side, and people get to try the same thing.
Then I got lucky because I was in there on one of the early windows. In 2022, I bought an Amazon paddle for $25 or whatever. And then when I bought my first real pickleball paddle, I went through Midwest Sports and I demoed 3 of them. Phil, our buddy Phil, and I both picked 3 each, demoed them all, and then purchased our first real pickleball paddle from Midwest.
Wow.
We literally did that program because we were like, if we get a $15 rental fee, but then demo fee, they let us credit it towards our purchase. Yeah. So we were like, oh, this is no brainer. Makes it easy for us.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing too. I don't know I don't know what the credit is anymore. I think it's a $25 voucher, so you get the demo
better than 15.
Yeah, you get to demo as many paddles as you want. You get a $25 voucher, which is pretty nice because these paddles are super expensive these days. Oh, yeah. So
that's a nice way to sneak in a discount there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just feel like this program is so wonderful because pickleball players are so engulfed in the paddle scene, especially rec players more so than even on the pro side, to where it's you can find yourself buying a paddle once a month just because it comes out, you're so excited, you hear everybody talking about it, and you just go out and buy it. It's okay, if you're run a hedge fund, go for it, but if you're actually take the time to pick 3 you think you might go through this process, you're gonna save yourself a lot of money doing this. So
and the thing is that the hype is real because I feel we're at the point in pickleball where there are a ton of good pickleball paddles, so it does come down to preference. So Sure. It is worth it to try before you buy.
Even more so than there's right. Not one. Before it was all right, the Mod is the hottest paddle out there by far. You should buy that. Now it's these paddles are all hot, but again, a hot paddle doesn't always necessarily translate to wins and losses depending on your game style and things like that. Right. So I think it's such a cool program. And if you guys are degenerate paddle buyers, go do this. Save yourself some money.
Yeah.
And then buy another paddle after a month. Use code CP15.
Yeah.
Can
you use code CP15 on the new merch that's on Midwest Sports with the Crack Paddles hat?
I
did not. Must be a layup for someone either.
It's for you.
Okay, right. Wait, so those hats are on Midwest Sports, right?
Yeah. They are on Midwest Sports, yes. Please go ahead and use CP15 for the discount.
15% off, baby.
There's 15% off, and I think there's 4 different hats. There's a blue one. There's this trucker hat here. And then I think there's a white one as well.
Yeah, there's a couple Cracked Rackets hats, which are awesome as well. So, and talk about the hard court swing. So
Yep.
we'll plug Crack Rackets as well. No, they're awesome hats. I'm about to order 100 of them and be rocking them. Maybe not in Vegas, but definitely in Cincinnati. So moving on a little bit here, like for me personally, like one reason that we wanted to align with Midwest Racquet Sports is just because it's a big company, right? But it's family owned. It has a small town feel. I grew up playing tennis in the South and in the Midwest and buying stuff from Midwest Rackets. I know Kevin is the same. Like you've got a lot of these big retailers in the space that just feel like huge corporations that maybe aren't necessarily customer driven. For us, it feels like Midwest is the perfect blend of like, they care about the customer, they're family oriented, they want to do things the right way, but also like they're a large entity, right? So on our end, it was a no brainer. But what about Crack Paddles and our electric personalities did you guys find inviting?
Yeah, I mean, I actually was the first to reach out because I talked to my boss at the time, Colleen, and I was like, you guys want to we want to get into this pickleball scene, and we don't really have a whole lot of vision right now from the pickleball community. And I kind of looked at her. I said, we should probably get in on this. It's Kevin and AC, two really great guys. They've got some comedy to their style, and I was like, I think this is a good little partnership here. And so there was some they talked through some stuff, and they were like, we're totally in. So we've been in the tennis community again for 30 plus years, and we just got to get into the pickleball community now, which is here to stay. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully Kevin and I can win some matches this week, and that'll go a long way. A long way for helping the bottom line there. I feel good though. I feel ready to rock and roll. Yeah,
I if it stays windy like it is, I think Kevin and Wade have a good shot, just like in Fort Lauderdale. So
recreate all of our favorite conditions.
Recreate chaos. I love it.
Yeah, the worse the weather, the better Kevin and Wade play.
Right.
I don't know if that's necessarily true though with Wade's drives, but I guess, and I wasn't there in Fort Lauderdale, but I guess he hits the ball so hard that he just rips it right. Wade just hits it through the wind. It doesn't matter if he's hitting with it or against.
No, it moves even more in the wind, and then it's so hard to hit like a perfect counter. So then I'm just like running in and like just diving at the ball with my entire body. So it's like, all right, no one knows what's gonna happen after that, but that's how we're starting to play. Anyway,
awesome. Well, APP is wide open. Like I said, you guys can't let Tomasi and Livernies win a third straight gold medal. So I'll definitely be rooting for you guys.
Appreciate it. We'll do our best.
And Bryson, who are you playing with there?
I got a guy. His name's Mats, Mats Dolese. Okay. I don't know if I butchered his name wrong or not. 19-year-old kid. He's pretty good. Got a ton of talent.
Yeah, I've never met a bet. Typically, Mats, like if it's like that, they generally come with a lot of skill.
Yeah, so
got a
I'm excited.
Name.
I'm super excited. So.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's a fun tournament. It's nice for you guys because obviously it's a very easy drive.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, anything else, Brian? Anything else, B, you wanted to shout out or get up for Midwest?
No, I mean, other than stay tuned for some giveaways. I do know that we do have some giveaways coming out, so stay tuned on our Instagram. We'll probably collaborate with you guys as well on that to figure out how to work that out. But stay tuned for some sort of giveaway on our Instagram.
Amazing, brother. Well, hey, man, we thank you so much for coming on. And again, thanks so much to Midwest Racquet Sports. Again, that's MidwestRacketSports.com. If you use code CP15, you get 15% off anything. And again, we talked about this quite a lot, but the demo program for all of you paddle triers, buyers, watchers, notzers, okay, go out there. Use the demo program. Again, you'll get a $25 credit, we think, towards the paddle that you ultimately want to buy. There's so many good paddles out there. It only makes sense. Do yourself a favor and check it out. So thanks so much, buddy. Kev, you got anything else?
Nope. I think we're good.
All right. MidwestRacketSports.com. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Bryson.
See you guys. Yep.
I've been on a whole new vibe these days. Old school Louisville boy like Reese Gaines. I know we were cool back then, but things change. Your chick give me brain, my chicken's free range. Reporting live from the 5.
All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It is tournament week for you, Kevin, and it's tournament week for me. And you are going to be playing APP Chicago. You're playing with Wade. Who are you playing with in mixed?
With Allie. So
Allie,
bring
okay,
back the OG
all right,
team.
the OG crew. Well, you guys could be a force. You and Allie are in main draw, I assume.
No, we
qualies are
so-
tough in APP.
Yeah, so it's a smaller draw for some reason. So we're like and to be honest, Allie has way more points than I do at this point. So we're like the 3 seed in qualies. So hopefully we can rack up some wins, make it to Friday. Then I won't have to work on Friday, and then we'll be good to go.
Man. All right, I have faith in you guys. I think you're both playing good ball. So
Appreciate it.
I assume you're back at the same park it was at last year.
Yes.
Okay, I was there. All right, well, you guys are both playing good ball. I'm sure you're going to be spending a little bit of a layoff for you, so I'm sure you're going to be excited to get back out there.
I'm hungry to get out there. Like it is literally like okay, the wedding was amazing.
I
It was
know,
absolutely
man.
stunning. But like, dude, I cannot wait to be competing again. Just that energy is
Dude,
too contagious to not have.
that's why we do it, baby. We love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, and I am heading out to Las Vegas Wednesday morning for the Vegas Open at the Strip presented by Walmart. I think that's the running title.
Wow.
I was gonna, or not Walmart, Walgreens. Sorry.
Oh,
Jeez, I
so-
always do this, man. I don't want them. They're gonna say he said Walmart, just like he said he said
Netflix and Amazon Prime. Which one? I don't know.
It's honestly don't know. I don't know. I hope the documentary comes out, man. That's all I can say. Where, how, when? I don't know. Walgreens, Walmart. Gold
I
jacket,
can't
green
wait for that
jacket.
documentary, and I freaking hope they keep in all the trash talking between you and me.
Oh, in the when we were playing doubles, yeah, I forgot you were in the documentary. Yeah, no, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, my last correspondence with they were like, "Can you send us a video of you eating pizza?" I'm like, "What's my?" I was like, "What's my heel here?" And like, it was they asked me for the video like on 3 separate occasions. They're like, "Yeah, if you could just send us a video of you with the cheese pizza." And I was like, "All right, like I'm driving. I'm doing. I had pizza last time, but I'll do it again." So anyway. Yeah, I'm playing singles, obviously. Yeah, I just, want to go in there and be relaxed. Historically, I play well inside. Yeah, I was talking to Chris Hayworth a little bit about this. Like, we're rookies in this league. I think Hunter Johnson went like 6 or 7 tournaments without getting out of the second round. And now he's probably the best singles player in the world. So singles is tough. Everybody's good. I mean, I expect results from myself because I know I'm one of the best players, but trying not to put too much pressure on myself and just go out there and try to play good ball, right? Like, I don't know. I've been trying to come into this tournament with an attitude of gratitude, Kevin. Like, I'm going to be in Las Vegas playing a professional sport on a Thursday, right? So I expect to go out there and win, but sometimes you carry a little too much weight. You go out there and you play like a lobster. So I feel great. I've been working hard. Like, I'm striping the ball well. So we'll see what happens. Mixed doubles, I was going to play with Ava Ignatowicz, but she hurt her back, so I won't be playing. I talked about that a little bit earlier. Get well soon, Ava. Men's doubles, I'm playing with Ed Perez, my boy Eddie P, my right side demon. Ed's a great guy, one of the first people that I met in pickleball. Just like, I don't know anyone who can say a bad thing about Ed Perez. Like, just always has a smile on his face, like great energy. I feel like we're gonna do well together. I don't know. Like, definitely a stark contrast in styles and everything from my first PPA Zane Ford. They couldn't be more different, those two, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to get back out there. And again, yeah, like, I've felt so out of the competitive loop for so long now. I mean, I've played 1 tournament since May, and now I think in the next 2.5 weeks, I have 3 tournaments because I basically go from Vegas to Orlando to Cincinnati, like back to back to back. Typically for me, once I get in the hamster wheel, I start to play my best pickleball, and I don't expect this to be any different. So, yeah, it feels it feels so far away, but like
are you playing the PPA Challenger in Evansville, Indiana?
If it happens, yeah.
Okay. Well, is it not happening?
I don't know. I've heard that signups are low.
Well,
but
Wade and I may add to that, and hopefully I'll get a mixed partner to add to that too.
Yeah, I'm planning on. I mean, dude, it's a 2-hour drive from Louisville, so would be crazy for me not to play it. Yeah, I'm planning on firing it up, Kev.
There we go. Love to hear it.
But yeah, no, I'm excited, man. Just try again, like you said, like this is why we do this, is for the competition. Like I know some people don't love to compete as much as you and I do, but I know that you and I like getting out there and competing when it feels like it matters most is kind of like what fires us up. So
It's like Christmas.
like Christmas, exactly, brother. So I'm excited. Well, you got anything else?
I think we're good. Think we're good.
All righty, guys. Well, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, MidwestRacketSports.com. Use code CP15. You can cheer on, hopefully, Kevin and I. Hopefully, we'll make it to a round that is streamed. Kev will be streaming on APP TV. I'll be on Pickleball TV, hopefully. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. We'll check you next time.
See you later.
Stay away from the jalapeno poppers. Only limit yourself to 10.
Right.
230.
All right.
So that's not a little bored. That sucks. Life's tough. Last thing I need is more stuff. It's true. I need a little more time with you and more rose with my lunch. One piece of my